What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BTR. Today is Tuesday, so that must mean we're going bell to bell.
No, wrong one.
Well, then I've been smoking some really good stuff, so that means it's Topic Tuesday.
Top rope Tuesday.
And on top of that, my name is Randizzle, and that's Retro Relapse, and welcome to Top Rope Tuesday,
Woo!
Topic Tuesday, titillating tease for all of the turned
Linguists.
up people that are here watching today. What's going on? You know what? I'm just gonna be brutally honest. I'm on another one today, and bear with us as we get through this one because it's been a day. Not gonna lie, it's been a day. But you know what? I know I can always get muted or booted off, and my partner in crime here can definitely just take over, and he can bore you to death. So let's go on Bell to Bell Thursday. Let's go.
Well, welcome to Top Rope Tuesday. Make sure
There
to
you
hit
go.
that follow and subscribe button. Drop an elbow drop or a dusty bionic elbow on that bitch. That helps us, you know, get more content out. But hey,
Yeah.
there was a lot of fucking wrestling going on. There's a pay-per-view, two pay-per-views actually, and a lot of shit that happened on Monday. A lot of shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you
Mm-hmm.
want to touch on?
Um,
Let's
I
talk.
want to touch on some wrestling. I want to touch on some wrestling. What should we talk about first? Do you want to just deep dive in Money in the Bank? You want to kind of skedaddle through AAA?
I mean, we don't really have to skedaddle to AAA. It was good matches. They had, good first showing for AAA, and apparently that guy Iguana Man or whatever, fucking impressed a lot of people.
Mr. Iguana. You know what? For being a young cat himself, I hope he's young because he looks still fairly young with the makeup and everything. He made a show for himself, man.
Yeah, WWE execs, everyone said that people
Actually,
kind
he's
of
not
really
that
enjoyed
young.
him. They really enjoyed him, and he's very marketable. He's very what they call toyetic. He has the
Let's
look.
before we continue further, let's give a shout out to our friends. I mean, we're not close yet, but we'll be friends with you one day. Don't worry. The SmackDownHotel.com.
That
Oh my god.
cow.
Oh my god. Always bring in the facts. Always with the facts right on the spot because I went ahead and just because I have this the card pulled up and everything else like usual. They got a little bio on him and everything. Mr. Iguana, born in Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico, July 20th, 88. Currently 36 years old. And he's been through the promotions as what a face. Oh no, he's gone through everything, face and heel turns. And
Nice.
yeah, he has been around. He has been around, and he has some belts under his tutelage. And you know what? I'm only kind of dragging this out because I'm just reading it now. But as of late, he's been a face. Prior to his face turn in 2019, he was a heel for the longest time. But he has been really just throwing himself out there. I mean, he has a couple of theme songs that people know: "Midnight Hour" by Raw, "Firewalker" by Jungle Fire. And he's worked through CMLL, CCW, INDY, and AAA.
Nice. I
So,
mean, he's very
I mean,
toyetic. He fucking has a pet stuffed animal iguana. So, hey, very
that little
marketable.
iguana, dude, that little iguana, it's the gimmick works.
The gimmick works for
If
him.
you want to be entertained, this guy brings the entertainment. So,
He reminds me of an
this,
old 80s, 90s, early 90s WWE star like Iguana Man. Come on.
mm-hmm,
But it works well in
mm-hmm,
Mexico because they fucking very larger than life characters and
mm-hmm.
makes you stand out for sure.
Kind of brings a little Santino Malera to the fold because that would be a hell of a match to put Iguana versus him with the snake.
Come on, John Cena. You want
Mm-hmm.
some John Cena?
Love, love the way he makes characters break when he messes up their names on purpose. You
Chamus? Come on, Chamus.
got Batisma. It's the animal Batisma.
The Manimal Baptisma.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Fucking stupid, goddamn. But
Oh man.
this guy could have the potential. I was reading that WWE kind of like, oh well, let's see what you do in NXT. Like he's again very marketable. He has a look, people like it. and he was
Hmm.
very popular apparently in all the signings for WWE AAA during the weekend, and that might give a big boost for him. First time on a major
Hopefully,
platform. A major
let,
platform.
let's 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 put it this way: is hopefully I could see it working in NXT
Absolutely.
because it's all about what the fans like and what they cater to in NXT. WWE's been kind of changing their style because they're not really pushing towards characters as they're pushing towards more realism. If you've noticed that lately, especially with what we will talk about in a little bit with our truth, they're trying to push away from that, kill off that. So who knows? Let's see if NXT he does some crossover to NXT, which would be awesome, and get that character through, or he gets signed on by another promotion, BKM Promotions. I'm just
Hmm.
making up a name, but Vincent Kennedy McMahon is in the news as well, or at least people
14
are
and one,
starting rumors
14
saying
and
that he
one,
may
right?
be bringing a new wrestling entertainment promotion around. So if that does come about, hey, that's Vince's wheelhouse right there. That's the
Ab-
stuff that we grew up on because you know what? You got to have some kind of clown entertainment or something to kind of pull away from the realism so you get suckered back into it. So who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Hey. But AAA, the pay-per-view overall, the Worlds Collide, great matches. Definitely showcased a lot of luchadors, and
Hmm.
we'll see what goes moving forward. But I want to really touch on that Money in the Bank, WWE Money in the Bank.
Before we jump into it, though, I did want to kind of put out there Legado de Fantasma showed out. They showed up. They showed out. That six way man, three on three match was a banger. They did try to emphasize and show Psycho Clown, Pagano, and Dr. Wagner Jr. in and their greatest and their best. But you can tell that these guys have been around a while and they don't really cadence very well the way WWE does. So some of the spots you could tell were missed. Some of the things that they didn't kind of fare well, but you could see that they were giving it their all.
Yeah,
But seeing Santos, Angel, and Berto, you know, show up and
cohesive.
show out,
Yeah, very
they
cohesive.
as much as we were talking about how it looked like Berto was going to be maybe this band from the group, they were in unison and they came to really represent. And that I thought that was a hell of a match.
I think it was cool, like especially for them that haven't been featured too much on TV, to go back to like something that probably comes really natural to them, being luchadors, that luchador style. It played well for them. You're right. Like it was something that, man, I thought, oh, they're gonna lose, the group's gonna break up, but they fucking showed out, and now let's see what happens. Right? They have AAA on their belt. It could be something where they can start doing a lot more crossover. They can get some more TV time and then make their way back to the main roster. Who knows, right? It's just
And
all a matter of time.
and dare we not continue on one more match before we jump into Money in the Bank? Because I know our producer would be very upset if we didn't talk about his boy, El Hijo de Vikingo versus Chad Gable. That was a match in itself, man.
That was a great. Kudos to Chad Gable for fucking hanging with Valkingo, because you've seen Valkingo fight Kenny Omega in
Hmm.
AEW. He's had a couple of
Hmm.
six mans in AEW. He showed out every time, and in this instance, he didn't disappoint. But Chad Gable fucking held his own, and he went back. And then I like that fucking moonsault to the table on the outside by Chad Gable.
Hmm.
I wasn't expecting that one. I was not expecting that, but hey, he's been around for a long time, and I think people are
Yeah.
finally getting to see what other stuff he can do.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah.
mastered the art of lucha, apparently, right?
See, see,
See,
see. He doesn't know what you're talking about in Spanish, but see, see.
gracias.
See that's what he should be doing. Gracias, thank you. But yeah,
Good match, good match. Well, Money in the Bank. You had
oh
two Money in the Banks, men's, women's, and then you had a tag team, and then you had the IC championship match, women's IC championship match. Which one do you
no,
want to start with?
and the men's. Remember, I told you we talked about it on one of the previous episodes where we were like, I told you that four matches on the card were not enough.
That's
There
true.
had to been something extra, or there had to been something, and they did save it. And that match that we're talking about, or about to talk about right now, is the WWE Intercontinental Championship, the men's Intercontinental, where it was Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon Jr. Rey Mysterio. Dominic happened to be there. Of course, his dad was there because he opened the show, being that AAA was a home to him, and he was out there talking mess to Octagon, or at least the luchadors that were there with Iguana and the other guy
Hmm.
when they finished their match, and that's what started beef between them. He said, "You know what?" And he had Liv with them. You want to face me? You want to? I'll put this up. Meet me at Money in the Bank, and I'll put my belt on the line. And they went.
Which is cool. I like Octagon Jr. He's been. I mean, I remember seeing. I don't know if it's his dad or his uncle or relative or whatever, but the original Octagon in ECW for a little bit, and I was like, man, why does this guy's match look familiar? And I guess Pentagon and Octagon, they have a similar match too. So
Mm-hmm.
good fight. Nice little showcase for a AAA star in WWE. Not
Mm-hmm.
bad. Not bad look. Not a bad look. But Dominic Mysterio pulls it off. Clean win. Good
Yep.
match. They're really
Good
showcasing
match.
Dom, trying to push him to be a strong champion. And
Mm-hmm.
again, is he face? Is he heel? I mean, he wants to be heel, but people are cheering him.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be only a matter of time where he becomes a tweener, and then I don't know. He's still in Judgment Day. Whatever happens with that.
Exactly. So since we're talking Intercontinental, we'll talk about the women's Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. And if Becky lost, she would not face her again as long as as long as Lyra was champion. But if Lyra lost, she needed to raise Becky Lynch's hand and acknowledge her as a better wrestler,
Yeah,
better woman.
better woman.
And they had a back and forth. And you know what? Really, one thing that still kind of gets under my skin about Lyra, not only is you can tell she's getting better. I mean, you can tell she's picked up her cadence and as well as a lot of the moves and things that she's doing, but she has had choice in ring gear. Because yet again, there she is fiddling with whatever the strap around her neck always goes up and trying to show her A cups to the world. It's like if you're worried so damn much, throw some pasties on, dude. Throw some pasties on, or wear a better top. I get it. It's the theatrics to go with the whole bird thing, whatever. But I mean, that's the third pay per view I think that she's had a wardrobe malfunction, and it's like, are you teasing something, or are you just do you have a bad seamstress in the back? You know,
Stay tuned for Lyra Valkyrie's OnlyFans.
I guess. I guess. I mean, that's what they do when they leave the E, but can they do it in the E? I don't know.
I doubt
I,
it, but
I'm
well,
I'm not paying
WWE
for
wants
that.
that money. Let's tax you on it.
Yeah, so
WWE
yeah,
tax.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hey, you ain't getting my money. Mm-mm. Nonetheless, they had a banger of a match, and Becky Lynch came out on top, and it was unexpected, but expected that Becky Lynch now has the IC belt under her tutelage.
And I think it was a good setup for Monday when someone makes their reappearance. We'll talk about it here in a little bit.
Yup. Another match on the card. I guess we could talk about the opener of the pay per view. It's the six-woman Money in the Bank ladder match. Excuse me. Naomi, Julia, Stephanie Baker, Roxanne Perez, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley.
Vicqua.
Oh man.
Fucking Nikki Bella fucking had that one up real bad.
Oh
Stephanie
man.
Vaquer.
Vaquer. Vaqua.
Vaquer? Or some whatever
Vakir.
bullshit she said. And
Oh my
she's
god.
Hispanic too. What the fuck?
You would think. You would think. Don't just read things off the Taco Bell menu and think you're brown enough to do it. I mean, you read a
Sad,
real
sad day.
Mexican restaurant menu. Trust me.
Sad, sad day.
Anyway, uh, banger of a fucking ladder match for the women, man. They really did.
They got the show out. They got a lot of good
Yep.
spots. They had a lot of good spots. They had a lot of who will win kind of moments. Like no, no, they're working together. Julia and Gulia and Julia Gulia. That's funny. And Roxanne Perez fucking teaming up for a little bit. Kind of trying to take out Stephanie Vaquer. And now they were really focusing on Naomi, but they definitely focus on Stephanie and someone else maybe.
I'm gonna do this early because I want to get it through and get it over with. My gripe of the night. My gripe of the night on both ladder matches is that they had the damn belts so damn high. Every ladder they used could not reach, but yet they still kept putting those in the middle of the ring. under what they're used to doing for a ladder match, and you can tell the like 3 foot difference, knowing that you needed to bring those big old 20-foot ladders into the damn ring, and no one was doing that until they remembered. Oh, look, the regular 12-foot ladders or 10-foot ladders they put in here don't work,
They don't work. They
and
don't
they
work.
still kept doing it anyway. And to me, it looked shoddy. It looked bad. Usually, you would only use those big 20-foot when Jeff Hardy would be jumping off it on the outside. If this was AEW, Sammy Guevara doing something, his little loco thing, and jumping off of that, they didn't do nothing like that with those ladders. But it was meant to get the belts, and I thought it was a bit ridiculous on both matches, especially when the women were doing the all women in the spots and only one big ass ladder and two smaller ladders were there next to each other. It did not look like they were gonna get the damn briefcase. It looked stupid.
I think what it was meant to set up the idea of bringing in a big ladder, and they set up those two small ladders to kind of. You saw Liv Morgan do it before, where she kind of jumped onto the next one as they were pushing her over, shit like that. So I get the idea behind it, but at least for the women, bring it down a little more. They're all fucking short. They're not
Yes.
big fucking dudes, tall dudes. So bring
No.
it down a little bit, at least. Make it. I can see the visuals.
Believable.
I can see the visuals on it. Like you're like,
Make
fuck,
it
Roxanne Perez
believable.
cannot reach that shit. She can't reach that
No.
shit. Even on the top rung of the ladder.
Alexa Bliss cannot reach that shit. Come on.
Yeah. So
Make it believable that you know what these people are climbing a ladder tall enough to grab a case. Not, oh look, you're 4'6" and you gotta climb a hell of a ladder to get it. That didn't make any sense to me. It really didn't. But
but
at the end of that match, Naomi did come out on top, and it wasn't expected because I mean everybody had their favorites of who they thought was going to win, but Naomi came out on top and took that briefcase. So now she
I
is Miss Money in the Bank.
I called it. I said she'd get it. She's like the only real true heel on that. Well, at least a bigger heel right now than Roxanne Perez and Julia. So,
Hmm.
but my only concern at this point is how many times is Jade Cargill gonna fuck her over, and then it be a fucking waste of a cash in. Like she's gonna try cash in. Jade Cargill's like, I'm not gonna let you win shit, and then cost her it, and then she just loses her opportunity. Boom and gone.
Here's my thing with that. I believe Jade is in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Let's say
Yes.
she goes all the way to the top and she goes to fight whoever she chooses at SummerSlam, and Naomi holds that briefcase at SummerSlam. Maybe it becomes a vice versa where Naomi screws her over instead.
Hopefully that'd be a good storyline. And I wasn't thinking about that. I just felt like right now, since Naomi has it and her biggest feud is Jade, that anytime she thinks about cashing it in, Jade's gonna come out and fuck her over. And then it's
Hmm.
kind of like, oh, well, there you go. You're gonna go into fucking just like Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest at some point, right? Like every time it was like Drew McIntyre's like, fuck you.
Well, you know, WWE enjoys putting those long like feuds. Like we're gonna feud for 6 months. It's like, come on, dude. Yeah, they have other matches in between, but then their rival comes and messes everything up. Like I got tired of seeing that, you know. But it's bound to happen again. Bound to happen
Bound to
again.
happen. Well, let's go to the next match.
Next match. Do you want the other ladder match? Or do you want the closer of the show?
Do the closer of the show.
We had the tag team match of Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes versus John Cena and Logan Paul.
Uh, Pretty good back and forth. I told you at some point they were getting Logan Paul and John Cena were getting each other's face. And John Cena's like, I'm fucking trying to teach you and trying to show you the right way, blah, blah, blah. And Logan Paul's like, fuck you, dude. I'm Logan Paul. They got into a little bit, kind of brought it right back together, but Cody and Jey Uso took advantage of it. Well, what does John Cena do? Go to the well, be a fucking heel, and let's try to cheat to win. And who makes their grand appearance back? Not our truth. Ron Killings.
Ron Killings.
Ron Killings, man, makes his
Hmm.
return, attacks John Cena. He's hooded, unmasks himself, hits him with a belt. Cody Rhodes comes and takes the opportunity to pin John Cena. So
There it is.
there it
And
is.
that way kind of opens it up to say that Cody Rhodes is coming for you, Cena.
Yeah, yeah.
In some shape or form. He's
How do
gonna
you
happen.
did you like this match?
It was a good match. Um I think towards the end when all the Russell and Tuple started happening was when it got a little more interesting. During the matches, the usual cadence, but I did like the Logan Paul spot, his gymnastic spot where he did the backflip off the second rope onto Jey Uso through the table.
Yeah,
the
it was
announcer
nice.
table. It was nice, but you could tell those tables are set up not to break. And I think I saw something online where somebody did go underneath while things were going on, where they're getting ready to happen, and they unlocked the table so you could see the big explosion, which was pretty cool.
So you unlatch it so you can kind of split up without damaging anyone too bad.
Oh yeah, because think about it, man. If you have an immovable object and you're putting two bodies to it and you expect an explosion and it doesn't happen, you know those two bodies are gonna get hurt bad.
Fuck yeah! So you needed to buckle because all that momentum coming down. If it doesn't go down like to kind of cushion that fall, it's like stiff hit and then you're like, "Ugh," that's it. Someone's fucking hurt. And
You're gonna
one
break.
of the guys
If
is
you
your
don't break a bone, you're gonna hurt somebody
yeah,
really bad.
and one of the guys will say was your champion, so you don't want him to get hurt before his big match the next night, so or on Monday, so. But it was
Very, very true.
cool. It was cool to see John Cena come out. I mean, John Cena, Ron Killings come out. The people made that happen, right? In reality, the fans made that shit happen. So pretty cool. Pretty cool to see him back, and it was very interesting to see what he said on Monday as well.
Oh, you know, it was very cool to see John Cena come out. What are you talking about? He's a 17-time champ. Man, I should you not though. I want those side plates because it has, it has Cena, all that good stuff, but the other side, 17 time. I want that.
I think they're a pretty good price during like the. I think if you wait till 4th of July, there'll be a decent price to buy.
Yeah, I think it's like 120 right now for the
120 right now,
plates.
yeah. So
hmm
pretty cool.
Uh, yeah, yeah. And then our other match of the night, the six-man Money in the Bank ladder match: LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Penta, El Cero Miedo, Andrade, El Gran Americano, and Seth Rollins.
Dude, great match for everyone involved. Obviously, you had the big kerfuffle at the end where the the bloodline comes out and Seth Rollins' group comes out. So it was, I mean, but before that, you had Penta doing a lot of crazy shit, taking a lot of ass whooping. LA Knight getting his licks in, and you almost thought that he might win,
Dude,
right? Like it
it
was like
looked it.
you're right fucking there. So is that a feud between him and Seth Rollins coming up? I think so. I think so. That's a good way to kind of boost it up till SummerSlam.
hmm
For Chad Gable fighting earlier in the night, he fucking showed out, dude. As a Grand Americano, like he fucking did a lot of crazy shit. Took a big ass bump, got hurt a little
hmm
bit. You could tell. Um, Solo, fucking comedy gold, dude. Doing the
Oh
fucking
man,
Penta walk, doing the LA Knight shit. Oh, dude, I fucking was cracking up. And then he was like, yeah, fucking have a good time when they fucking throw out fucking they throw out right away. Not Seth Rollins. They all attacked him. Yeah, it was Seth Rollins. Yeah, when LA
hmm
Knight, Penta, they all ganged up on Seth Rollins, threw him out. He's like, and then he's like, wait, are we good? Are we good? And then they start whooping his ass. And it was
Yep.
good. It was his. I like to see his character transformation from never talking to being fucking
hmm
funny, like funny but still tough guy. So it
It's
was
like to
good.
me, he reminds me of like a I don't know, like maybe like a bad preacher or pastor or something. You know, one of those Baptist pastors or preachers, and he's like very uh animated, and I think that's what makes for even like better uh comedy is the way he's very animated with what he's doing, and when he mimics people and just doing that, I mean that just it's hilarious, man.
Yeah, when he did the Penta walk, he did the Cielo Miedo, and he went
hmm
and did the walk. I was like, dude, that's fucking
That's it.
that was a good
Yep.
spot. I liked it. But
But I mean, when you can introduce a bit of comedy in your heel turn, your heel run, or whatever like that, that's the stuff that's missing that we need. That keeps people latched on it. Not only are they just an entity, but they also have their own that character comes out, and that's what you really want to see. At
you
least
know,
that's what I want to see.
and it's good because some of the greats have done it. If you saw Edge and Christian when they're on their tag team run, the five
hmm
second pose off, like that shit's what got them more noticed than their fucking wrestling ability, even though they were great. So
Yeah.
this could be a good stepping stone. But when the new Bloodline came out, and all of a sudden, Jacob Fatu remembers where he says where Solo told fucking JC Mateo, he's all gas, no brains.
Uh huh.
And then
That
he
little
got
thing
his
that happened
fucking
on SmackDown there.
yeah,
Uh huh.
got his lick and said I hate you, Solo.
I hate you, Solo.
And then fucking did
hmm
the fucking Samoan drop on him and did the backflip.
dude.
So there's that storyline. You had fucking Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker come out and take out fucking damn near everybody.
Hmm.
And what do you know? LA Knight's about to climb that ladder, gets taken down, hit, stopped, and Seth Rollins is your fucking Mr. Money in the Bank.
With no one there to try to stop him. That's what got me. Where was everybody at?
Yeah. Well, the whole idea is to make that group look strong, and they ran roughshod on everyone.
Hmm.
After Jake Alpha 2 pretty much took out Solo and Jason Mateo kind of out the picture, getting speared by Braun Breaker, like it was a setup for that. So we'll see
Yeah,
how that plays out. But you got a lot more on Monday, right after.
you did.
You got the return of Ron Killing.
Hmm.
I think my highlight, and CM Punk confronting fucking John Cena and telling him I didn't come back for this championship because I knew it made me a person I didn't want to be back in 2012. But now I know that I have to become a monster to
Well,
stop a monster.
before you really dive into it, what we did get also was the fact that they announced Night of Champions. So we're gonna have the next PLE, crazy enough, which is gonna be in what 3 weeks.
Yes,
They're
dude, it's
like we said
nonstop,
before,
nonstop.
they're pumping these PLEs out, but this one's gonna be in Riyadh,
Riyadh.
Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And what's interesting about this one is what they're doing with this pay per view. Let me copy your homework and change it up a little bit. But that way, when I turn it in, it doesn't look like I copied your homework. And the reason why I say that is they're doing similar thing that AEW did when they had the Owen Hart Challenge or the Owen Hart tournament. They're having a tournament as well. 4 different four-way matches, all the different brands. The winners go on to the semifinals, which is interbrand or brand versus brand, and then the winners go to Night of Champions to fight their Night of Champions, and the winner of both the men and the women's, uh, that's the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring, go to Night of Champions to fight, and the winner gets the title shot at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
So you already know that that's going to happen, and then they decided to throw this blockbuster on us of Cena and Punk too.
yeah, and we'll talk about those Fatal 4-Way matches on Monday because they were great. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I mean, you knew CM Punk's back in WWE, John Cena's on his final run. When the only matter of fact was when was this going to happen, and obviously you need the summer blockbuster, and here it is, John Cena versus CM Punk. People have been clamoring for it, and now you're getting it. So what does
This
this
should have
mean?
happened at SummerSlam.
Agreed, and it could be a build-up. This could be the person he fights twice, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. So he's doing the. I've read stuff online that have been put out there that Punk did not want to go to Saudi Arabia. That Punk had been against going to Saudi Arabia. I'm pretty sure he fixed all that now, but in the past he had told that he did not want to go over there for his reasons and whatever reasons they're accusing him of not wanting to go. A lot of time people will say it because of the oil money and all that and the fascist things that happen over there, yada yada yada. We don't know the politics of it, but that's what people put out there in the rumors, right? You can't believe everything you read out there on the internet. Not everything's true, blah blah blah. But the way that Cena really played off on that and said, "You really want to fight me? Then you got to go to Saudi Arabia." And smirked afterwards. Son of a bitch, dude. Son of a bitch, dude. Son of a bitch, dude.
He's playing the
That
heel,
really
dude. He's
you could
playing the heel.
he's playing it good, dude. You could really tell that Punk was at like a standstill. Like I'm finally gonna get a shot during my run, and fuck, I want to beat the shit out of Cena. You're gonna make me fucking do it in Saudi Arabia, and yeah, man, that
Money talks, baby.
you
They,
you
they
already know.
they don't not get paid extra for going out there. They get paid a lot. So
Yeah, uh-huh.
hey, this is a good retirement fucking little nest egg for him on top of whatever he has currently. So it's a good build up for a fucking another PLE that's coming up in 3 weeks. You need
Hmm.
bangers for the summer. You do, man, because people are spending their money on other shit right now. People are
Yep.
going traveling, Disney World, Disneyland, fucking just going out of town, out of country, or the kids are at home and they're eating up all your food and you need money to fucking feed them. So, like you gotta put on a fucking spectacle, and this is one of those instances where, I mean, no matter if you fucking hate Cena or you hate CM Punk, you want to see this. If you've been a fan of wrestling for as long as we have, you want to see it. Like they had a great rivalry, and it'd be stupid not to want to see it.
Mm-hmm. I
And the good
agree.
thing is, this is not a Undertaker situation, Shawn Michaels situation, or a Goldberg situation. These dudes can still go. It's not like they're on
Mm-hmm.
their fucking last leg. They're still on a run right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not gonna get a B or C rated match. You're gonna actually get a fucking A. It might not be an A plus, but you're gonna get an A match. So
With
we'll see.
hopefully some kind of drama as well,
Yes.
because eventually somebody's gonna get gassed. Something might happen, but there's always room to fucking throw some kind of swerve. But the one swerve that did happen at the end of that promo, Seth Rollins' music comes out, and there he is holding the briefcase. And if there
Mhm.
isn't one person in the world that Seth Rollins hates the most, would be him, CM Punk. And to see Seth Rollins go in there and screw up Punk and Cena would be something in itself. But I don't think the cash in would happen. I think he wants to keep that world heavyweight title that was deemed his to begin with. I don't think I see him going after the WWE Championship. But
I don't
I
think
mean,
if John Cena has that belt, I don't think he's gonna go after him because that's a good run. And more than likely, we'll say 8 out of 10 times he won't win that win match.
mm-mm,
Whoever has the world heavyweight champion, he has a better outcome of winning. And we'll talk
mm-hmm,
about that here in a little bit. But you know, again, it's just the stories are heating up, right? The stories are heating
mm-hmm.
up. Do you have on the SmackDownHotel.com who were on those Fatal Four Way matches for the tournament?
You know, that's a good question because I'm looking on the Night of Champions card itself, and it does not have anything. They have not updated anything but the time, though. This is going to be a different time because they're in a different time zone in the other side of the world. Here in the States, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. So this is a nooner for us.
Nooner.
That's a nooner for us.
But can you pull up the card
Uh,
from Raw? Por
let's see,
favor.
Raw. Okay, let me see if they got anything on the show. Cause
And this show is brought to you by Miller Lite,
oh,
Texas made. Mm-mm. I want to see someone fight. Did you do your drinking game? Did you see any arm drags? Did you take shots?
I did not take shots, but I did do enough drinking that day that yeah, I
There's
called out the arm drags, and that there was quite a few. There was
quite a
quite a
few.
few.
And if you did participate in that
So,
game, please send your images or videos. We'd love to post them because I think
dude,
that
we
should
love
be
to see it.
hilarious.
You damn right, we love to see it. As far as the card that it shows, it doesn't give me the full bracket. I'll have to look up on something else. But for the raw results, so the first round, Queen of the Ring, we saw Roxanne Perez fight Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Kerry Sane. Roxanne Perez came out on top.
Dude, good match, actually. Did you see it?
Mm, I did.
It was a good match, and I'm glad she's moving up. They're really giving this the prodigy a good push, right? And it
Hmm.
and it it not only gave her a good push, but she's trying to snake her way into the Judgment Day right now, and they pitted her against Liv Morgan. So that is a story in itself, right
Hmm.
there, right? So pretty cool. I love to see it.
And then we have the King of the Ring first round fatal four way: Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, and Penta. And that was a banger of a match too.
Braun Breaker came out on top, right, on that one.
He did not. Sami Zayn
Sami
was the one
Zayn.
that came out on top.
Nice,
They're
nice.
slowly pushing him again.
I mean, I still think he still has earned his spot on, at least against a champion ever since. I mean, the last championship opportunity he had was against uh, not Gunther, Roman Reigns, maybe.
Hmm.
It's been a minute, so
So I found the bracket. Do you want me to go over the bracket?
yeah.
Perfect. So there are four fatal four way matches. Excuse me. Our first one we did see the aforementioned. gentlemen, and Sami Zayn's on top. So now this Friday on SmackDown, you're going to see a match, and it's a fatal four way with Randy Orton, LA Knight, Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes.
They're really pushing Carmelo Hayes on this one, huh?
hmm But I believe Aleister Black may have a good chance of jumping in this. My money's either on Black or LA Knight.
My money is actually on Orton, unless, and this is the only unless, how everything plays out, what the plan is. Obviously, you don't know what's going to happen until it happens, but at Night of Champions, if something happens where Rollins costs CM Punk the opportunity, that takes that away, and maybe they revisit the Randy Orton thing. I don't know. I feel like he deserves an opportunity. I don't know.
hmm
The draft still is bound to happen at some point. He might end up in on Raw or SmackDown. So
Well,
you just never know.
you never know. So then next week we have the other two qualifying four-way matches on SmackDown. It is Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Andrade, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
You think Cody Rhodes is taking this?
You would hope so, but I kind of want to see Damian Priest take it.
Really? Okay,
Yeah, have him deemed King of the Ring. Because remember, this is for King of the Ring.
that's true. But also an opportunity.
The winner gets an opportunity to fight for the championship of their choosing at SmackDown. I mean, whoever the winner is of their respective show at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And then you have the Raw match that was four-way match is going to happen. Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and an unknown. So I believe on the storyline, who is it? Adam Pearce has until the end of the week to figure out who he's going to put in that spot because next Monday they're going to have the next match. He's got to figure somebody to put in that spot. Who knows? Ron Killings might get thrown in there.
I mean, he made a big push for it to happen. So
hmm And that's your King of the Ring tournament that's going to happen. So, like I said, once you have the winners of these four ways, then it's brand supremacy. Sami Zayn versus a SmackDown guy, and then a SmackDown guy versus a Raw guy, and then it goes to the winners that fight at 90 champions for that crown and that spot. So let's go to the women's. We have the Raw match that happened, and we already know Roxanne Perez is going on. So this Friday on SmackDown, it's going to be Jade Cargill, Meechin, Piper Nevin, and Nia Jax in a fatal four way.
bunch of big girls.
Yeah, you're not kidding. These are the heavyweights
Those are the
of
heavyweights,
the
dude.
division. These are
Those are
the
the
heavyweights of the
heavyweights.
division. And I'm not just saying heavy because you've got two large women in there that are overweight. Don't start poking me at that. But you have Meechin and Cargo who are big, beefy women that can bring the meat. So this is going to be a powerhouse match. This
This is a
this
big
isn't
women slapping meat match.
this isn't going to be pretty. This match
No,
is not going to be pretty.
this is gonna be
So
slow tempoed paced with a lot of power moves.
a lot of power moves. So it's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be fun to watch. My picks would either be Cargill or Nia Jax.
Agreed. I go Cargo. Yeah, I probably go Cargo in this one.
hmm If they're pushing Roxanne, whoever wins on Friday is going to fight Roxanne at the next spot.
But
So
they're gonna hit the David and Goliath situation. So it might not be Piper Niven or Nia Jax because Roxanne's already a heel, and WWE is very notorious for not doing heel versus heel,
mhm.
really ever, or face versus face, really ever. So we'll see.
Okay. So the other side of the bracket, SmackDown: Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, Candice LeRae.
Give it to Chelsea Green. Fuck it, dude. She did a good run with the U.S. title. You know that Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are gonna rekindle that fighting spirit where they went back and forth for a long time, switching championships back and forth, back and forth. So you might see that rivalry heat up again, build it
hmm
up for SummerSlam. But you need some comedy in there. Chelsea Green's a good piece to do that.
I'd like to see Alexa Bliss come out on top of this one, just
Okay.
because she's been getting that silent push. They haven't really been vocal about it. She hasn't really done a lot of stuff on the mic, but they've just been kind of silently just pushing it through, and she's been excelling in everything they put in her through. She's
She
been
got
in every PLE since she's come back.
she got good reaction at fucking Money in the Bank too. So
hmm And then you have the last Raw match, Fatal 4-Way with the women's. Asuka, who's making her return.
Nice.
Stephanie Baker. Uh, what is her? Raquel Rodriguez and Ivy Nile. I forgot her first name because they only have last names on here. Raquel Rodriguez and Ivy Nile. If
You
this is the
think
time they want to push Stephanie, this should be it.
true? I think they might push Asuka just because she's back. I don't know. It's been a minute since she's been there, so
True. Uh, so next week we'll have the 4-way card, and then after that we'll have who's ready to go less than that. My if it was up to me, the last two that are left, I want to see Roxanne versus Stephanie Becker.
agreed.
I think we're in for a bit of a banger with these 4-way matches. I'm excited to see this. It's the Queen of the Ring. I mean, especially when you have the push coming up for Evolution, the next pay per view, the all women's pay per view in July, which is coinciding with a couple of other things that are going on that night. I really would like to see um, a lot of these women on the Evolution card and how they're going to push some of those matches through. Are they just going to keep bundling them together? Are we going to see some newer faces? Are we going to see some old faces? I know it already looks like they're pushing for um, Liv Morgan versus Nikki Bella since Nikki Bella made a return on Raw. Um, that would be a banger of a match. I would like to see it just to see, you know what? She headlined the first one. She was a big part of the first one. She'll be there for the second one, and she can help push Liv Morgan over. Not that she needs help pushing her over, but hey, maybe it puts it to a fact where Brie comes and does the magic, the twin magic thing, or who knows? Maybe they end up bringing in Brie prior to that, and they have a tag team match, and ends up being Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan for versus the Bellas for the tag team champions. Who knows? That'd be fun to see too. They're gonna put the belts on the line with them. They're not gonna do anything beforehand. Hey man, that still sounds like a good time too. Let's see it. Put it on there. Make it worth it. Make it worth the money for us to watch, to want to watch. Make it worth my Peacock subscription, my $4.99 a month. I miss the WWE uh, subscription. I miss the WWE app or whatever they had. $9.99 a month, and you had everything in the library in there compared to the watered down stuff they have now. Because people are snowflakes. No offense, don't cancel me. But when it comes to wrestling, come on, there's no snowflakes in wrestling. It's all about the blood, the sweat, and the tears, brother. Don't forget to take your vitamins, say your prayers, brother. Go nuts, brother. That's why you don't leave me on the mic by myself for too long, because I go a little crazy. But I'm always stoked about all this wrestling that we get to watch and see and what they put out there for us, and we can only you know speculate from things that we see of how they're going to write these things, and sometimes it benefits us, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, we're all cheerleaders to an extent with the people that we like and people we see do well, and it also opens the doors for those who want to try to do better. That's always the name of the game, right? It's like, you're the best. Well, guess what? I'm better. No such thing as the best. You got the best in the world. You damn right there's the best in the world, but don't you want to be better? So I know I'm better than the best. Are you better than the best? I kind of just ranted a little more about uh, what could be with the evolution and stuff like that, knowing that we see all these women that are here on the card with the Queen of the Ring, and love to see some of these on that evolution card because we don't know what to expect when that
You,
comes
you
around.
you think you're gonna go nostalgia and bring some like Molly Holly since she was doing the coaching at or Mickey James since they were doing the coaching at the LFG or you know Michelle
No, you'll see
McCool?
Michelle McCool. You will not see Mickey James.
No, don't think so.
Mickey James is upset with WWE right now because she's not on season 2 of LFG. She got kicked out for Michelle McCool. Taker
Yeah,
wanted Michelle McCool there. Taker ass, Taker gets.
I guess the perks of being fucking loyal to the death.
No, it's the perks of being the phenom, being the biggest, one of the biggest
That's
draws.
what I'm saying. Him being loyal is getting the pull.
It's also part of the click. Hello, click rules. You're still alive. You get to do what you want.
Yeah, true, true.
Don't kill me, Undertaker.
I know where he lives,
Don't
sir.
come for my
Just
soul. Don't come for my soul taker.
DM me. I'll tell you where he lives.
He lives here in Texas too. Don't come for my soul taker.
He lives down the street. My old boss used to live across the street from him. I found that
Really?
out later after my boss found out that I watched wrestling, even though it was fucking hard to miss it. But he's like, oh yeah, some guy named The Undertaker, and I was like, yeah, you idiot. Of course I do. And he's like, oh, him and his daughter and my daughter play sports together, and I see him all the time. I was like, get an autograph for me, dude. Get
For
an autograph,
real? Can I get his number so you can get on the podcast? What the hell, man?
right? Support
You
your
can
local
talk,
podcast. Jeez, come on, Mark.
bro. You you can talk all you want about everything. You can do your one man show on here. We don't give a fuck.
Right? Fuck, that'd be cool as shit.
Yeah,
I'll also tell you where this guy lives, so you can go kill him.
yeah. Well, this is my last podcast.
Take one for the team, sir. Did you get
Oh
into
man,
Ron Keeling's coming out, changing his name from
I
R
did
Truth?
not. I did not. I was too busy talking about
The
evolution and
women's, yeah.
yep, what we could expect
It'd be
since
great,
we're
man.
you know it's kind of shaping like we're looking at maybe one of the main matches on the card would be Liv Morgan versus Nikki, right? Nikki Bella, but then who knows if they pull some twin magic and Brie comes out of underneath the ring and helps Nikki win, or maybe something happens prior to where we get the tag team match Nikki and Brie versus Liv and Raquel,
Yeah.
and they put the
Tag team titles up.
on the line and the Bellas win. Hmm.
Hmm. Doable.
Doable publicity?
Would a crowd want that?
Not at all.
Not at all, right? Like I think unfortunately for some women, and I won't even lump Lita or Trish Stratus in this, but some of the women just they don't get the same love that Trish and Lita do as far as
Hmm.
being like vets and nostalgia. So maybe
Well,
maybe maybe Michelle McCool fights Mickey James.
there you go. Let's go. Bring in
Right?
nostalgia, man. Bring in nostalgia. Bring the beef to the ring.
Bring the
But
beef to
since
the ring.
since you're telling me I can't handle the truth, why don't you come and bring me the truth?
Well, our truth comes out, says he thanks the fans, so he almost like they gave him his flowers, and in turn, I mean, Vince McMahon said it a long time ago. The fans are really empowering this, and Triple H has really embraced that, and NXT is proof of that, right? NXT is the proof that whatever fans want, they'll pretty much get over there. But they brought him back, and our truth is dead, and he's Ron Killings, and that's the whole truth and
But
nothing
you
but
did
the
not
truth.
describe how that happened.
I did
He
not
goes
know.
on he goes on top of the announce table. He came in all dressed in black with the face mask and everything and tells he thanks the crowd for what they did, but then he pulls out a pair of scissors and he cuts off his dreads.
Cuts off his dreads.
And then that's where he says that Ron Killings is here and you better put respect on my name.
Now, my question and my I'll shoot you this question. So obviously, what made him such a beloved character in this past few years was his comedy, right? Obviously, he can wrestle. This motherfucker just doesn't age, but and he can wrestle. But the comedy is what's really got the fans behind him, right? His shit with Judgment Day, his run with The Miz, all that stuff. Do you think him being the Ron Killings from the past, the guy who takes no shit, it's a great wrestler still. Is he gonna get the same reception if he doesn't do any of the funny shit in the comedy wrestling?
No.
What,
They're changing the demeanor. He already put it out there. I think what's gonna happen is everyone else is gonna try to do the comedy around him now.
right?
So any interviews that he has in the back, someone's gonna try to come in and talk to him and be funny and he's just gonna tell him to screw off.
And maybe he'll bring back little Jimmy. Bring back little Jimmy.
That was a comedy piece. Somebody else made you that. And that's where he's gonna be like, you're not putting respect on my name. This is not why I came back. And I'll meet you in the ring. I'm
Start
gonna take your ass
feuds.
out.
And I think this new and improved Ron Killings, he might be. Like if there's a mystery partner on the tournament, you might be right. He might be in it, right? To kind of really push. Obviously, like I said, the dude still got it. It's not unrealistic for him to at least make a run at it for an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So he fought John Cena, but not for the belt on the line. It
Mm-mm.
was more of a comedy thing.
Yep.
And now he's tired of being the butt of the joke, and now it's his time. So
Take me serious or don't take me at all.
Exactly. And I think it's a
Hmm.
smart play for him because now that he owns, and it's his name, his
Hmm.
real name, that's a lot of equity when he does finally exit WWE because he'll be on TV as Ron Killings in the
Hmm.
most recent run, and that's fucking money. That's money.
And realistically, this is his last run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not aging or not, I'm pretty sure he still feels the pain being that he's 54 years old doing this.
I
So,
remember I heard on an interview that when he had an issue, I think he tore a muscle or something. He almost died from sepsis. He got infected. He almost died,
mm,
and then he came back, and people were like, "Where have you been, man?" Like, it's like he didn't tell anybody for a long time. He's like, he almost fucking died.
yeah.
He was out for a long time.
Hmm.
So I mean, wrestling's heating up, and lo and behold, tomorrow you get a 4 hour live TV pay per view from AEW.
You damn right.
And
Let's keep it
if
going.
there's any indication on how it was last week, you're in store for a fucking hell of a night of fucking wrestling.
AEW Dynamite Summer Blockbuster.
Summer Blockbuster, man, and I think they have capitalized on where WWE has been dropping the ball, and they've been putting on bangers, man. Like, and now they're starting to build some side stories for everything that's going on with the championships and just rivalries within the company. Dude, I'm pumped. Now I know what to expect for those 4 hours. So now I'm coming. I want to make sure that I'm wide awake to see it all. So I'm ready.
And don't forget, as well as a week after, AEW is just giving it all to you right now because we also have AEW Grand Slam Mexico the following Wednesday, June 18th. So they're just giving you
And
pay per view style things one after another. And CMLL looks like they're going to be in the ring as well since they'll be in Mexico. So you're going to basically have AEW versus CMLL out there, or at least some mixing of the two going on. So we're in
we're in for a
for a
night of fucking a summer, a
mm-hmm.
summer. And like I said, AEW's been capitalizing on what WWE can't
Summer
be
nights
doing.
are heating up, baby. Let's
Yeah,
go.
it's heating up, and it's badass that they're starting to make their rounds internationally.
Mm-hmm.
And this trip to Mexico is another spot. They've been Canada, they went to Australia, they've been to the UK. So it only makes sense to go down south.
Prestige worldwide.
Worldwide, worldwide, worldwide. So, are you looking? Have they had a match announced any matches on that card by chance?
For the blockbuster or
The
for
blockbuster, the
the
blockbuster, the blockbuster.
so far from what they have here on the SmackDownHotel.com. Oh my god. Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana.
Oh, that's gonna be a good match.
We have a trios match: the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MJF, with MVP in their corner versus Commander, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight.
Okay,
Then we have Kyle Fletcher versus Anthony Bowens with Billy Gunn. We have Timeless Tony Storm with Luther versus Julia Hart. We have the new, I think, what is it, the Spider Woman, Tekla
Tekla.
versus Queen Aminata. Also on this card, Megan Bain and Penelope Ford versus Ty J, which is Ty Mello and Anna J. And
That's right. She made her
Mystico,
return. She made her return last week. So
she did. Ty Mello made a return last week. And then we also have Mystico, who was the Sin Cara in WWE, versus TBD. So I don't know if it's
maybe Kenny. Maybe
somebody,
Kenny. Someone who can go.
could be, or they could just put somebody else like Trent Beretta.
True. True.
It's always something random. It depends on what they're trying to push, what agenda they're trying to push at the time. Especially they're gonna have Mystical come out. Well, you can bring out one of yours. We're gonna bring out one of ours, and it ends up being something like that. Because
It's a
I
good build
think
up for the Grand
Mystical
Slam,
is the
right?
face right now.
It's a good build up for the Grand Slam in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
smart play, man. Like, hey, I'm here for it. And wrestling's only getting better and better and better every fucking week.
Yeah, right now he's or at least according to the SmackDownHotel.com, he is showing face so far
Okay.
from December of 2015 to present. He's been on the face roll.
Oh,
So
go ahead. Sorry.
If that's the case, then they'll have to bring out a heel. That's why I think someone Don Callis family makes sense, like Trent Beretta.
Gotcha. Well, you know what? I do apologize. I gotta rewind it back. I forgot to fucking mention Jey Uso's not the fucking champ anymore.
I know
Lost against Gunther. That
that
was
was
it
a
was a
bit
hell of a match. It
lackluster.
was a fucking hell of a match though. It was.
It was, and towards the end, I understand why they were doing the sleepers to each other because Gunther wanted to get him back for Jay
WrestleMania.
doing that, but Jay
Yeah.
also wanted to take him out with his move again. I was getting a little kind of bored with the whole them trying to put each other to sleep the last 10 minutes of the match, but nonetheless, the theatrics you couldn't put it past, and Gunther took the belt back.
How do
And
you feel
I
about that?
figured something personally that something big was going to happen or something bad was going to happen when you see a wrestler coming out with a family member going through their cadence of everything. Hey, look, I'm
Yes.
the champ, and I want you to. He brings out his son, his youngest son, I believe, and he wanted him to experience what Daddy goes through as a champ when he goes through the crowd, yeeting with everyone and being there, and then of course the shitty acting at the very end. Dad, you lost. Are you okay? You're hurt. So
And I think it's a build up just for to build a stronger storyline. Unfortunately, there has to be collateral
hopefully,
damage. Unfortunately, there has to be collateral damage. That was Jey Uso, and we've been talking about. I've been talking about how I felt like his run has been lackluster. He's a guy who won a championship, but he hasn't been the champion. Me personally, they've been putting him a
mm,
lot of tag stuff, a lot of stuff like other stories that had nothing to do with the belt. I felt like it was only a matter of time, and again, sometimes heels make better champions for you to chase after, and only time will tell. I just forgot to bring it up because I was like, fuck, what was it? There was a big thing we missed, and
yep.
that was one of them. So
No, good catch. Good
I'm I'm
catch.
I'm rooting for Jey Uso. I am. I want to see. I enjoy him on the chase, but again, it's just we talked about having not long runs. Maybe Jey Uso should have maybe enjoyed it at least to the SummerSlam, but
I was
shit happens,
I
right?
was waiting for him to at least go to
SummerSlam.
um, Saudi Arabia with it and get some of that oil money.
Yeah. Well, I have no doubt that he will be there, but
Dude,
in what
if the
capacity?
Yeet movement is over in the States, you know they're going nuts out there overseas. So they'd be stupid not to have him
You
there at Saudi
you
Arabia
saw the
in some
European tour where
form.
people were going crazy, build up to
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania, like they were going crazy. So he's gonna be there. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's no brainer, right? Like if you're in that much debt, you take Jey Uso.
Yeah. Yes, you do. It just didn't make any sense that he's not going for the belt unless he's going to do a rematch clause. And I don't know if they still do that anymore. But
Yeah.
if there's some kind of way where he can get a rematch and he fights Gunther one more time and make it the three best out of three right there and take it one more time, maybe he wins it over there in Saudi.
My hope, my big hope is they don't make him a tag team again. That's my hope.
Yeah.
He's doing so good on his own right now, and Jimmy's finding his way right now, slowly but surely. But you gotta let him fucking fly at least a little bit, man. You gotta let him. And I think again, I feel like he was better at the chase than the champ, but I don't know.
Hmm. Only time will tell, and we don't get to write it, so we just gotta wait, watch, and see.
That's right.
Damn right.
Well, anything else?
Well, if we do have anything else, I want to save it for Thursday because we still got a lot more to talk about on Thursday.
We got 4 hours of wrestling tomorrow alone. So
And I think I'll watch about an hour and a half of that. But you can fill me in.
I'll fill you in. Be falling asleep on the chair.
You damn right. That's my go-to. Once I find my spot in my chair, wiggle in that spot.
That's
That's
it.
it.
You're done. You're
That's it.
done. You're
Dunzo. Let's
cooked.
go.
You're cooked, son.
That's right. That's right. Just let that wrestling play in the background so I can dream about it. Eat,
Well,
sleep, yeet, repeat.
repeat, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, for Retro Relapse, I'm Randizzo. Make sure to catch us on all
Uh-huh.
the socials, Spotify, YouTube. Watch that playback. Do us a favor, hit that follow button. It really helps us out a lot as we can continue to go in depth into more
Watch
wrestling.
our stuff and push us in the algorithms.
Put us in the algorithms, man. Put us in the algorithms. We're in it. We're teetering. We're fucking doggy paddling right now. So, but we appreciate you tuning in for another episode of Top
Wow.
Rope Tuesday. Stay
Uh-huh.
tuned Thursday when we go bell to bell.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeet.